Sure. Yeah, of course. We'll be happy. We do have some intern program right now in Russia.
Program?
Intern, yeah. It's right now running in Russia where we hire some good students, and we are giving them, like a lot of people like in Russia want to get into blockchain, and Wings actually in Russia has a very good potential. Many people know it there. So we have some good students coming in from universities looking to work part-time, and we give them some tasks, so it works. In Japan, if you could apply the same program, it could be good, or maybe some variation of the program. It's could work fine, and because we are open to looking to get more people in the in the blockchain and give them the first steps. And I can tell you that a lot of people who worked with us in the blockchain are now continued after us, and they are staying in this field. It's nice. They don't see them leaving and going back to other businesses. They are staying in the business. They open their own business, and we are very happy to see this. Because again, we have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, and we're happy to give it to them so they will, go to the ecosystem and spread it more. And if they will put it right in Wings and hear their CV, I was on Wings, for us it's okay. It's enough PR. It's enough PR for us. Well, but basically we're looking like for two kinds of skill sets. One is financial, because we found out that people who are away from finance, they the hardest to understand the blockchain. Many of them, if they're technological guys, understand the technology behind blockchain, but they do not understand the impact.
I see.
And so often you hear things like, blockchain is yet another database. Like, try to explain. No, it's not database. It's like the first time ever in the people history when you can actually bind data to value, which actually blockchain is. So definitely we are looking for people with financial fintech background. And the other one is that we're looking for people who have good product ability, like UX, UI designers, like product designers, like people who can understand how to take our technology and our system and translate this, for example, Japanese people, so they could use it and for their systems, for their project, what they do. We're looking at somebody who will be able to translate our ideas together with people, understanding, and put them together and make a product. Now we don't need him to do not to do any UX. We have good UX designers for that. We actually have some people which we pull from very good top-level company for this. But if we learn something, that's what we're trying to do, that we're aiming to put product in every country we work. So now, for example, we have a good product in Russia. We're now bringing good product in Ukraine. We will be bringing a product guy in Singapore, because we want to be able to, to make the system, the product accessible to the local people. And this way, for Japan, it's very important for us to have somebody who learned how to make good products and help us to translate. Because I told you, it's not only language; it's everything. It's like it's the interfaces, the flow. It's it's different tools that people use. Like different ways. It's cultural differences. And it needs a way to translate this into local experience. Sure. So first of all, about Japan. I know that Japan is very advanced about blockchain. Now, smart contracts is quite a known company, and I was when Kazuki helped us organizing the event. I seen how many people came, so I see there's a lot of interest. So first of all, about Japan. Again, I don't know much about that, but I believe that somebody who can bring value. You know what? Let's start from the ground. Somebody who understands what blockchain is about. It can be expressed in various means. For example, he can know how to code smart contracts. Today it's very hard to find a good smart contracts developer. And their salaries, I'm not sure if you've seen the recent research, is now up to AI engineers. We're like speaking of the top tier of so. Any developer who today will invest time in understanding how blockchain works or how smart contracts works, I can nearly guarantee he will not be looking for work. The work will be looking for him. So this is like I can tell you for sure. Like the shortage of good developers in blockchain today is amazing. I mean, I mean, we for example, we didn't hire anyone who is good in blockchain. We just had to train them in-house, because otherwise you just can't find them. They're either already employed or they have their own company. It doesn't work otherwise. So this is one. So this is about one concept. About people who are not technological, if they will understand how to apply the blockchain values to mainstream business, is a very big task. We believe that a lot of businesses in the future years will be shifting into this matter. So anybody who can come to them and say, okay guys, you have those processes and you spend today this amount of money, and if you will shift to blockchain and it will save you this amount of money and make you this amount of order, I'm pretty much sure that they will have a lot of work. So we speak about, like project managers area, like system architects, which don't necessarily have to code, but they can come up and build business. And of course, also for business developers, people who sell a huge amount of startups, which will be selling the solutions to companies. So anybody who will really understand it, not just say, okay, I read some articles and I read it, but developers will try to code. Business also will try to build business case and see, okay, this is like how blockchain can work, for bank, for delivery company, for Postmates, for retail chain. And come the solution, they will have, I think they will have always an edge. It's actually something like with AI. AI, anybody who spent time and learned this back 2010 to 2014, now is very hard to, it's in the top tier. Same will happen now with blockchain. We believe that all which you've seen recently, all this ICO and everything, is just a preparation stage to the enterprise adoption. So there's a jump. Now back to the Israel. Israel has a huge amount of talent, as you probably know, a huge amount of creativity. But we don't have, what's missing the most in Israel? Order. Order, discipline, like
order.
Israel is very chaotic. This is like I told you, a startup country. So I think that Japanese, because you guys have, you have built-in, like way how to follow procedures, way how to do things, how to implement things. Those people can be good asset to local Israeli companies because they can up and they can actually translate all the ideas, all the creativity into something working. You often see it's a lot of times companies, they're just jumping from one thing to another, and they're not finishing what they're working. They're not focusing. And I think, maybe I'm wrong, but you guys probably know much better your own. The Japanese are much more focused. They can focus on the task, and they can progress. So I think that Japanese looking to get employed in Israeli companies, if they will, focus on blockchain, and they will bring their Japanese quality in, they can have easier time to get here, to work. And of course, they also can help these companies open their local market in Japan, bring their products back to Japanese markets. I think it can be a big plus for companies which again try to crack the Japanese market.